This one, my mouth just went agape when you said this.
How is it possible that Courtney Love looks worse than Kurt Cobain?
Right there in front
Was
of...
there any hesitation before that at all?
That was one of those rare opportunities where I didn't put it in my script. You know, I take up a cheat sheet and I try to I had it in the margin, handwritten. And I asked Jimmy Kimmel before the show. I said, "Is this going to be too hard?" And he said, "Yes, don't do it."
Really?
So I took it out of my script.
Didn't Jimmy Kimmel do a Chris Benoit joke
Well,
at the Flavor Flav?
I mean, that was years later.
Okay.
I definitely opened the door where he knew he wouldn't get in trouble. He would be, it's something people talk about years later, like a good Super Bowl game. We're still talking about this Pam Anderson roast. And honestly, it wasn't that I said it to her. She was there, but she wasn't there.
Right.
She was like a waste case.
Yeah, she was hammered.
It was like a benefit for PETA, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, and she came charging at me like a rhino. I think somebody from PETA would have had a stun gun to put this poor beast out of her misery. But no. So then I do the joke, and you hear that noise, that non-noise, like you said, like a gasp. And then she kind of laughed, and then Pam laughed, because what else did they
If I remember correct, she kind of went forward into her lap and kind of like you didn't know how she was reacting. If she was laughing or just kind of covering up her face.
No, I think she just couldn't believe what she had gotten into. But she was so wasted, I didn't feel like I offended her. And honestly, if you look on my MySpace, whatever, there's pictures of her like with her head in my lap half an hour later. I mean, she loved the attention.
Did you, when you got in there that night, did you evaluate the situation to see how she was?
Yes.
Okay, good.
No, I took
He's the one that
time
fed her
to introduce myself to her before the show.
He's the one that fed her the painkillers and the alcohol to get her,
Yeah, right.
get her loosened up.
By the way, she did go to rehab 24 hours later. So
in the studio, Jeff Frost will be at the Improv all weekend long. Make your reservations, improvtampa.com. And by the way, at the end of this too, we're going to get one person hooked up with a 4-pack of tickets for tonight.
Cool.
For tonight's show.
No, we can get a few people hooked up, Fish, actually.
Okay, and we'll do that for tonight's show.
that's awesome. It'll be fun. I make fun of people in the front rows and stuff, and I bring people on stage, roast styles.
All right, I'll make sure I'm up in the rafters then. I'm up on the second level because I'm not going to be able to make any shows for the weekend, so I'm going to come out tonight.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I'll be back in the dark. I'll just be the guy shouting things at you. Then
But I'll know you're there.
And just get kicked out.
Now, when they call you to roast Emmett Smith, do you say why, or do you say how much are you going to give me for it?
That was a benefit.
Oh, was it?
It was a benefit for Shaq's charity.
That's one of the things I wonder. Are you getting paid at all for these roasts?
Sometimes they're for charity, and sometimes I get paid.
The ones that we've seen on TV, the Comedy Central stuff.
Those are both.
Those are a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Who was the most fun out of everybody you've ever roasted? Or how about this? The easiest.
Easiest?
Is it Flavor Flav?
Well, the easiest is coming up.
Really?
It airs in June on Comedy Central.
Okay.
Willie Nelson.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the easiest.
Flavor Flav, not the easiest.
Willie Nelson. It's going to be a 5-part miniseries. The drugs, the weed, the 5 marriages, the 10 kids, the boring music, the ponytails.
All right, here we go. Another clip.
Andy Dick's sole mission in life is to give AIDS back to the monkeys.
You're laughing at yourself.
That's cold.
And there's 2 I'd like to play back to back because I think you're an extremely brave man. It's one thing to go. It's one thing to look at Courtney Love and go, "Hey, Kurt Cobain looks better than you." It's another thing to say this.
Shaq, man, you look good. You look good. Congratulations. Your knuckles look scraped. Did you walk here?
Now I say that your was a second in your head. You went got to go with the joke, commit to the bit. He says no. That'll start. That's just part of the timing of the whole thing.
I'd have to hear that again. I'll be able to tell you. Let me close my eyes. Play it again.
All right.
I'll be able to tell you what happened there.
I'll pull it up for you.
There's 2 things that could have been going on.
All right, here
it
we
might have
go.
been a combination of the 2.
Shaq, man, you look good. You look good. Congratulations. Your knuckles look scraped. Did you walk here?
Yeah. I was hedging. I was scared.
Yeah. But
because the joke before it was also very rough.
Was that this one?
I'm not saying Shaq looks like a gorilla,
Yeah.
but I saw him trying to peel a microphone.
Oh my God.
So you can usually get away with one joke like that. But when you do 2 in a row, you know you're a roast master. Thank you, guys. It's really fun. Thanks for playing those clips.
No, thank you for being good.
I haven't heard those in a while.
We had our intern trying to find shit all week. We're like, find the fucking good stuff. We're gonna quiz him and see if he knows who he roasted.
After that Shaq one, come to think of it, we went and played craps afterwards, and I won like $1,000, so it was like a benefit. But when you're with Shaq,
you just can't help but make money. You know?
You played craps with Shaq?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was pretty cool.